5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drunken Nerds podcast, number 29. My name's Dan. Over here is Schubert.
It was a little delayed, but what's up, nerds? If you can't tell, the energy level on both sides of your screens is not at 100% today, but couldn't miss a week.
No, we're not missing a week. And yeah, today is going to be really rough. I mean, yesterday, I had no intention on having any drinks, but you know, AEW Dynamite does something to me. I get so excited for it that it started out and I just started drinking. And it's like an hour and a half into the show. And I'm like, where is all my beer going? Like, it's just disappearing. So I'm so excited for it. And then when it's over, I can't sleep. So just a natural thing to do is just keep going.
Yeah,
So
I agree with you. Similar situation minus the alcohol. I was very, very hungover, and I had a little bit of a road trip. So I'd driven about 6 or 7 hours in the car. I got to the hotel with like 30 minutes before Dynamite started. I watched it. I was so exhausted. I fell asleep for like 10 minutes, woke back up, was wired for the rest of it, and then was wired till about midnight. Likewise, couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's a wrestling show, but it's like a whole different thing. It's just nonstop.
Week in and week out, I just get jacked up afterwards. That's why we've been kind of in a trend of doing the podcast on Wednesday nights, because why not? We're up that late anyway.
Yeah, that might be our best bet.
That might have to be a semi-permanent move.
Like, even though it's obviously in the middle of the work week, we're going to be up anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of like today just being exhausted and want us to put my head through this computer right now. We could have just done this yesterday and just been miserable today.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that might be the move going forward. I think we've done it, but maybe 5 out of the last 6, and then we just didn't last night. I wasn't sure my travel schedule, so that was I was supposed to fly and wouldn't have been in any reasonable time to film had my flight taken, but things changed and I ended up driving.
All right. Well, breaking news, Wednesday night podcasts.
Yeah, that might for the foreseeable.
We'll have a lot of energy because we're all jacked up on Dynamite.
Yeah, you've seen the last couple of weeks. So.
Yeah. Today I'm just trying to survive today. I can't believe I made it this far, to be honest with you. So if I just start to like fall over or disappear, I'm not even wearing it. I'm not even wearing pants right now.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that camera stays live.
I want to do it. Just say that. Screw it. It's just too much. I want to just basically roll into bed, and I'm already halfway there. So.
All right. Yeah. So did you do anything exciting the weekend?
Yeah, this weekend. So I taught my daughter how to ride a bike without training wheels, which is like 9 hours in the 100-degree weather. Yeah, I survived. I mean, it wasn't fun. I mean, it basically was chasing her for hours and hours and hours, but she got up there. So that was one day, and then we watched.
Cold ones? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had beers. Yeah, of course. It's the only way I get through this day. I mean, I'm sitting there outside all day long. Watched GCW.
Good show.
The No Signal in the Hill, I think it was called. There's No Signal in the Hills, an LA show. Another just violent wrestling show. So it's great. What about you?
I'd say I was supposed to go to WWE on Friday night, but I had change of plans, so something came up. But I've been basically on about a 4 or 5 day bender. So
that's
a little bit of
great.
drinking. Yeah. So I, like you, watched the GCW. That was awesome. But nothing too exciting otherwise. Kind of feel like don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, we seemed pretty lost because before we got on this, because I was just trying to get my head together today, so I was just useless.
Yeah, I'm right there.
And then you text me, I'm like, I don't even know what happened this week. So we're like, what are we going to talk about for this week's hangover? Yeah. So we just threw some stuff together. We'll see what happens. See how it sticks. But yeah, our weekends. You were in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So You said there's a lot of Buffalo Bills fans over there. Obviously, they're crazy for that. Did you get any of their
Oh,
Buffalo
yeah.
wings?
I had some, but not from anywhere exciting. Not like just no.
Okay, I've never been to Buffalo. I don't think I have any desire ever to go to Buffalo.
Why not? You don't want to get put to a table?
Well, I'd go just to jump through a table.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out to a game this winter.
Okay,
So
that's right. You're a big Bills fan.
Maybe you can come and go through a table.
I might as well. I'm just trying to find things to do nowadays.
They like you if you drink.
Okay. Well,
Lots of
I have no problem fitting in there. I don't
big
think.
party. I don't think it.
Yeah. Are they Bud Light people, or do they have Buffalo has their own local light beers? You know how there's PBR over in the Maryland area. And all
I
that?
don't think I saw anything other than Bud Lights and White Claws all weekend.
Okay. Well, I'm in.
It was almost about 100%. So
Okay. Perfect. All right. So maybe a Buffalo trip in the future.
yeah.
We have a lot of little vacations coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna be
so-
doing some what do we call this? Other location live
on scene
podcast soon. We're gonna do one at a music festival and one on a cruise.
I know we've brought it up, but I'm really looking forward to the Bonnaroo one. That might be a 2-hour podcast, maybe 3. We'll see.
Yeah, we will get lots of belligerent people to join our podcast for just a quick segment.
Well, we'll just have an open door policy.
Yeah, we'll show you the community around Bonnaroo. I think anybody who does not know what Bonnaroo is will get a good feeling in about 1 hour of seeing the people that show their faces.
We know not all of you loved the WrestleMania preview special, but I think just about anybody will appreciate the Bonnaroo preview episode.
Oh, 100%. Not just our group, because our group is, it's just a bunch of wild men. Just out of control men who just, their wives are at home, so they just say, screw it. I'm just going to do whatever I want. And then we get the people just walking by the RV, and we're going to have some characters.
And now
that's one that you don't want to miss.
What are we, maybe 2-3 years removed from Bonnaroo? So this is going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, that's right. Because, we bought the tickets in 2019, obviously, with the pandemic and everything. So it's been a while. This has been a yearly thing for us and kind of threw us off our schedule.
Yeah. So
right.
Look forward to that one. A couple weeks away.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. It'll be fun. All right, so let's get into this week's hangover. See what we can come up with.
This week's hangover.
Hey, we got the shirtless men and we have a pantsless man talking about it.
Yeah, I'm more of a pantsless type of guy. It's much more,
Donald Duck's more of your guy.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Wear the shirt but no pants.
It's perfect.
Winnie the Pooh. A lot of guys had it going on.
Yeah, they knew. They knew how to do it. All right, so let's get into this. So the big thing, obviously, that happened last week was the release of Suicide Squad on HBO Max and in theaters. You watched it.
I watched it.
So obviously, everybody seems to love it. What did you think of it?
Absolutely loved it.
So your opinion is the same.
Just like everybody else. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I know a couple people have asked me. They said, all right, just because of their close proximity, Black Widow or Suicide Squad. I really talked up Black Widow and how much I enjoyed it. And it's really like a gun to my head decision if I had to pick one. I think part of what comes into play is that I didn't really expect much out of Black Widow and really enjoyed it, whereas I expected a ton out of Suicide Squad and it delivered. But gun to my head, it's a really hard decision, but I can't even. I was planning on saying Black Widow, but I think now I'm on the spot. I'm thinking Suicide Squad.
Okay, so that's a hard call there.
Really hard call. Both very good, and both. I'm really happy with both of them. Movies. What's it?
And you watch both on TV. You didn't go to theaters for either one of these.
No, both on streaming.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
Interesting.
had a few more beverages for Suicide Squad than I did Black Widow.
That sometimes affects the ratings as
Right. And I think the comedy was a little bit different for Suicide Squad. So I think it was more of like drunken comedy.
Yeah.
So I think that might be affecting my judgment.
So like you're gonna have to watch both of them again drunk, and then both of them again sober.
Yes.
And then you can kind of
Kind
piece the two together.
piece the
what
two
average
together and
was.
see what the average was. Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite character in the movie?
Oh, they were all great.
Yeah.
You really can't knock out one. There's not as many characters really in the movie as they advertised, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Without getting too spoilery, there's only about 5 main characters in Suicide Squad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you don't have to be spoilery. I mean, it's if you should have HBO Max by now and watch
Some
it.
of them
So
died.
you can spoil that. Who cares?
Some of them died. I think the title kind of gives that away, but yeah.
So yeah, for me, I got about 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
And then my wife came home and she was watching it. She goes, "What the hell are you watching?" And
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
people getting blown away.
Pretty violent.
So that first 15, I literally got to the point where pretty much the first part where everybody's dead, and then it just says Suicide Squad. It's like it starts, and then like that's 15 minutes into it. I'm like, that's as far as I got. So I'm looking forward to finishing it, but not the family's cup of tea. So I gotta watch this on my own.
I wouldn't even want to be caught watching this
Yeah,
movie.
it is. I mean, that first 15 minutes alone, my good lord, that'd be. I mean, you know me, I'm not a big violent type of movie. Like I can't watch Game of Thrones because of torture stuff. But
it gets worse.
oh, good, that's good to know. So maybe I'll put it off a little longer.
It's very, very violent. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, well, if it's anything like the first 15 minutes, I think people get themselves ready for it.
Oh, there's heads chopped off and all kinds of stuff. So it's good stuff.
They went all out.
Good time. Really funny. Yeah, good ending. You know.
All right. Well, good for DC because I'm usually down on it because there's no connection to anything else and they just redo everything. So I'm usually a little down on the DC movies, but I know with James Gunn doing this, obviously he's gonna
no miss.
keep this going. So
and we got Peacemaker coming soon. So with John Cena. So that'll be fun. Now that everybody's like excited about it, there's no way it's not gonna be a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good hit. So all right. Another movie coming out tomorrow is Free Guy. Completely opposite. Not a killer, I guess.
Probably not too violent.
Not too. You looking forward to this at all?
Yeah, sort of. It's something I'll watch for sure. But I like hopefully it's a pleasant surprise, but I don't have too many expectations of it. It's been on the shelf for a long, long time. I want to say over more than a year.
Yeah.
They've been saving it. So I think we've discussed before that the ones they save this long really are just filling weeks.
Right.
So maybe don't have too much high expectations for it, but yeah, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I mean, I didn't think this one's just theaters. I don't think it's going to any streaming service.
Oh, it's not.
I don't think so.
I thought it was the opposite, so maybe then I won't see it for a while.
Unless I'm wrong, but I don't know which one it would be on.
I know part of the reason for the release had to do with Disney's acquisition of Fox.
Okay.
And they've been sitting on it for a while, I think. And maybe you're right. Maybe they couldn't keep it out of theaters. And that's why they've been holding off for so long.
Yeah.
So that sounds more right. I'd lean to say that you're the correct one.
Okay. So I might go see it. I need something to do. And I'm usually a Ryan Reynolds fan. I mean, I haven't seen a bad movie from him in a while. So
the whole idea of the game is like basically my philosophy on life.
Right.
Like that we're in some sort of simulation or matrix or whatever. And then one day I'm just going to wake up and realize it.
It's perfect. So I might see it this weekend, actually. Now that we're talking about this and you're not excited about it that much, I might just go see it.
All right.
I've tried to think of one thing to do this weekend where I can just get away. I might go see Free Guy.
I still got
to
go see Old in theaters. So
yeah, I was talking to somebody who saw it. They didn't like it. They're a huge movie person.
I'm not a big movie person.
So, well, you're not. So have you seen? I think you mentioned it. I forgot what you said. Did you watch the What If show on Disney Plus at all?
I completely forgot about it, so I've yet to get to it.
Okay, so I haven't watched it either.
I'm planning on catching up this weekend and watching the new episode. That's on my docket.
Okay, because I was thinking I haven't heard good things about it, but
And first episode was the Captain Carter episode. It's on, I think.
yeah, it was.
So
Yeah.
not that hopeful of an outlook if they plan, because as we said last week, they plan on kind of putting a focus on her. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So if that was sort of their flagship episode to get you going, and nobody seems to like it too much, we might be in trouble.
Yeah, Disney Plus usually doesn't have any misses, so we'll see. Yeah, there's not much going on, Mike. My lord. What about all right? So Shang-Chi, unlike all these other big blockbuster movies,
It seems to be the Disney Plus week we're talking about.
yeah,
All we're talking about.
So they're not. It's not going to Disney Plus though, right?
No,
away.
so this was just announced today. Just going to theaters. A lot of people thought a couple weeks ago they like stealthy edited the poster. Like the posters had originally said only in theaters. And then about a week or so ago, it said in theaters and the only part was gone. So a lot of people assumed it was going to be going to Disney Plus. They had their Disney, like the shareholders meeting type thing today. And they said, no, it's too late in the game to move it to streaming. So it'll be in theaters. It will be on Disney Plus 45 days after its release, which will be about the middle of October.
Okay, add it. Just include it with Disney Plus, not
Included,
an extra fee.
not an extra fee.
Okay. Now, are you going to last the 45 days? Or are you just going to go to the movie theater?
I'm probably not going to last the 45 days unless the reviews aren't glowing.
Yeah.
If the reviews come out and say like you can't miss this, it's everybody loves it, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the case. But if the reviews are like, it's good, I might last the 45 days. It's a funny time where like it's September, so my weekends, there's football, there's wrestling. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world for me to get to a theater in September.
Right.
Especially where it comes out Labor Day weekend. I'm the kind of person, so that means we're not seeing it Labor Day weekend.
Right.
That means I'm usually, if I don't get to a movie within the first 2 weeks, I don't get to it.
Yeah. I'm split. I'm probably definitely going to see it because I don't want another riot issue on my hand where, I waited the 30 days and then like the 30th day, I spent the $30. And then
you don't have to spend the $30. It's free.
Well, I know, but you have to wait 45 days. I'm just saying, riot, I waited because thinking like, you know what, I can wait for this. And then like the 30th day, there's only 5 more days till it was going to be free. I said, I want to see it.
Okay.
So I bought it. Yeah. And then I ended up going to theaters to go see it like a day after.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I'm saying, I just want to get out of the way, rip off the Band-Aid, go to the movie theater and just say, okay, I did it because I'm going to torture myself 45 days.
Yeah. I say for me, my chances are that I will try within the first 10 days. And if I don't get in with that 10 days, I just won't.
Yeah, let's hold off.
So they're saying part of the reason is because of how bad Black Widow and Suicide did in the theaters.
Yeah.
That this is sort of like an experimental panic move because they were available on streaming.
Right.
So they're going to say, all right, we're going to experiment with this. If this is a bust, then that will basically kill off movies in theaters.
Yeah.
Because Black Widow did, I think, 80 million at the theater opening weekend and 60 million on Disney Plus. And then did basically nothing in the following 2 weeks in either platforms.
Yeah.
So you can put that at about 140 million. I'd be hard pressed to tell you that Shang-Chi does 140 million.
Yeah.
In those 45 days.
Yeah.
And I think if it does do more than 45 million or 140 million, it's going to kill it and just be completely unexpected. And be something crazy like 250, 300 million.
Right.
In which case, then we'll never get anything good on streaming ever again.
Right.
If it tanks, everything will be on streaming instantly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation for us, I think.
Yeah. And I don't know. There's so many people that are still hesitant to go out in public.
Exactly.
I mean, September, Labor Day weekend. I mean, obviously things are going to be a little bit worse by then.
Bad opening day weekend too.
Yeah, I don't see him doing well.
No,
with,
I think
with the box office
I
sales
think this
here.
is kind of a planned bomb.
Yeah,
for the sake of that they can just go to streaming and get it over with.
right. Well,
I love the streaming more. I would pay $30 2-3 times a month rather than having the chore of go to the theater.
Oh, 100%. And I get excited too. Even like Black Widow, I woke up like 6 a.m. I just bought it and then I just watched it. I'm like, you can just do it whenever you want.
Jungle Cruise, I did the same thing. Watched the first hour and then finished it later that night.
Yeah, love it. So keep charging us $30. We'll buy it every time.
Every time. And for most people, it's cheaper than going to movies.
Oh, 100%. You kidding me? I mean, movie tickets alone are at least 50 even around here in New Hampshire, it's $15 for just a basic ticket now. So 2 people is $30, and then you figure
you're more comfortable.
Yeah, you're gonna buy food and drinks and all that stuff. I mean,
I'd like to know who these psychopaths are that are like, oh, $30 is too much to watch something when a theater trip is going to cost you, if there's 2 of you, $50+.
Oh, definitely. And I get it, the big screen and the sound, it's good. I mean, you want to see it on the best stuff, but
your 60-inch flat screen is not much worse.
Right, exactly. I mean, everything's like 8K, 4K now. Everything looks good. You get your surround sound. I mean, it looks good.
The Jungle Cruise in 4K looked almost too good. Like, yeah, it was too crisp of quality that you could tell it was all fake.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's looking good though. It looks like a great movie. I think it's going to be exciting. I don't think it's going to do well at the box office.
Yeah.
But which leads us to, if they don't do that, hopefully, I think this might have been your next point. Venom got delayed.
That's right. Yep.
So Venom's been delayed 3 weeks. This could make things start to get a little weird. I think Disney is past moving movies, especially dependent on the results of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Once there's one more delay or anything, everything's starting to get connected to each other again.
Mm-hmm.
The Disney Plus shows, Black Widow. It really didn't have that much interconnectivity. Our next Shang-Chi probably doesn't have too much, but we've already seen like Wong is in it and the Abomination's in it, so it's starting to bring other characters back. Spider-Man in December.
Yeah.
If they delay that, that's going to screw up everything.
Yeah.
And I know Sony comes into play with that because they're sort of have some say in it, I imagine. And if they're moving Venom, then they probably will want to move Spider-Man. But I think once you start moving Spider-Man, that Marvel calendar's all screwed up again. Way too many moving pieces.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting the next couple of months. It really is. I don't know what's going to happen. So
I don't think we're going to see any more big delays. I'm pretty confident that we'll see stuff go to streaming rather than be outright delayed.
They'll see the profit of the streaming too, right? You're going to get so many more people nowadays. They're just going to spend that money to just get the streaming service. Mm-hmm. So another thing that happened, this is completely random, and we didn't even talk about this. So obviously, big news for us. Oh, it's curveball. But obviously, for people that listen to us, we're going to a very large music festival in a couple weeks, and they announced their schedule. So they're doing
music this up earlier.
From 1 p.m., and the last show ends at like 7 a.m. Do you think that's because they're trying to spread it out a little more, or do you think it's just the way it falls?
I think it's the way it falls. I think there's some other factors in play as well. They've cut a lot of things. Other sort of entertainment options.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think there's less things, but yeah, it could be spreading out the people, stuff like that. Bigger party, longer. Because
it's interesting. I mean, obviously not just for this festival alone, but for any live events now, I don't know. Things are going to be changed a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if this goes through. I think
Lollapalooza was a pretty overall success.
A success. They didn't have a lot of issues, I guess. So we'll see. I don't know. So our schedule got released. So we need to do something, Schubert, for the people that watch us here. Like, not just a live podcast during it. We should do like an impromptu, like 20-minute podcast at like 5:30 in the morning at Bonnaroo.
I don't think that would be suitable for most human consumption, but hey, why not? We might have to give it a go.
Amazing. And now thinking about that, we need to give the people a taste of some late night shenanigans that happen in the Bonnaroo world.
It might be more suited for an Instagram live, but
I might just carry my microphone around, just interview some random people.
You'll be the man on the street.
Imagine the people, if you carried around something like a microphone and put it in their mouth like at 5:30, 6 a.m. You've seen those people.
I've been that person.
It's a definition of a zombie. If you ever watch a zombie movie, The Walking Dead, that is the people, and they would love to jump on.
I've never seen when you talk about zombies, and this will be just a preview of the stories you might hear on the live from podcasts, but it was a couple years ago, and it was light out, so I'm not positive what time it was. I would come to the conclusion at least 5, 6 o'clock, maybe.
This is light out, probably at least 6.
At least 6. So
that was the summertime. So yeah,
and there was a stage going, and the DJ was just playing Billie Eilish Bad Guy. It had just come out, and it was like sweeping the nation, and he was just playing it just the music part on an infinite loop. And I think he was just screwing with everybody because everybody in that field was just doing like the same zombie dance. Not moving, staying in place. Like if anybody had seen that, they would have thought it was extras from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So I want to see, like, if somebody wakes up and getting ready for work and we post something like that, what they have to say. Because in our mind, these people are completely normal to us right now.
Normal times.
But I want to know what somebody outside of the Bonnaroo, a real life working person with responsibilities, thinks of the type of people that we bring on.
It probably won't be good.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll see what happens.
All right, let's go to RIP. They got real lazy. So I just want to say congratulations for not a lot of people dying this past week, first of all. So we'll do one. I don't even know who he is. So let's do it. All right, so what is this guy's name? Bob Jenkins.
Yeah, Bob Jenkins. If you were gonna try to fuck with me and just put a name on the screen and see a Bob Jenkins would be the name you'd make up.
I told you I was in really rough shape today, and I think I don't even know what time I was texting last night. I think I was just talking nonsense. I looked at my text. I don't even know what I was saying.
Pretty late.
Yeah, but I had to work at 6 a.m. So it didn't help out the case about, sleeping for 2 hours. So my mind was mush. So usually when I try to look up like deaths that happen, which is always an adventure, I only went through the first page. I wasn't even going to go any lower. So Bob Jenkins popped up. He's an announcer for IndyCar and NASCAR. And I guess he's been doing it forever on ESPN and ABC. Seems like a big deal at the time. Did a few things in movies because of the announcing. So
was he in Talladega Nights? Probably.
I didn't see that one, actually.
That would be the one that makes the most sense.
That makes sense. I don't know. So rest in peace, Bob Jenkins. I don't know what happened to him.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. All right. Should we do we'll do the beer of the week because we had nothing else to talk about during. All right. We'll just do beer of the week. I'll suck it up. If I need to leave for a minute, it's because I'm just throwing up in the bathroom.
Puke on the floor.
Yeah. So I know I'm in the office today. So
if you have to puke, be careful when you stand up. We don't want to see that.
I think this could be like the ultimate show of me throwing up and standing up.
The pantsless man makes his first appearance.
If I was downstairs in the basement near the bar, I would have no problem just turning over and puking. But in the office, I gotta be a little more careful. So.
Yes, you should.
All right. Beer of the week. Let's do it. All right. So first of all, I went to my store to get a beer. Ahmad was not there.
Uh-oh.
Was not there. A new employee was there.
Uh-oh.
So usually when I go in, Ahmad goes over to the beer cooler, literally just takes out a 4-pack and hands it to me. There's nothing else to be done.
So it didn't happen.
So I go, yeah, no, didn't happen. So I was talking to this girl, and she goes, oh, yeah, I'm just starting. I started a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to start work. So apparently Ahmad's too good now to work at his own store. So now I got to deal with this girl who knew nothing about beer. So she tried to recommend a night shift beer to me. Night shift beer is one of the grossest beers there is.
I agree with you. I don't like the night shift. I remember when they came out with Night Light. I was excited because I was looking forward for because nobody makes light craft beer.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Yeah. I bought the night shift seltzer, and this had to be 3 years ago. A 6-pack. There's still 5 of them in the bottom of my fridge right now.
Let me tell you, I was looking up Drunken Assholes of the Week today, and I came across one, but it was a little too violent and a little too bad results. And I don't like that. I like happy ones where it's just like nobody gets hurt or the idiot gets hurt.
Right.
Well, these guys went into the beer cave and they were trying to buy beer. The clerk was like, at the convenience store was like, hang on, I'll be there in a minute. And then they went into the beer cave, back into the beer cave because they were being very impatient. They tried to pay that guy working in the beer cave.
Yeah.
And he said, no, hang on, go up to the front and I'll come. Somebody else will come in a minute. Guys pulled out a handgun and shot him right in the nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully that's not happening over at Ahmad's.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. I'm going to have to work. The next time I see him, because this is what I am getting because I had to do it on my own. This is a Great North Double Orbit Hazy Double IPA.
You seem to have an affinity for the space cans.
That might be my – yeah, you're right. That might have been my move.
I think you go straight for the space decorated cans.
Seems I'm
like
screwed. This is
every
brewed
week.
out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Oh, no.
At least they didn't travel very far.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what it looks like. Did I check the date? Okay, this was packaged on June 2nd. So that's not terrible. All right. Oh, it's pretty good actually. I've never heard of this, and I probably live about 10 minutes away from this brewery.
And not bad.
It's actually good. Good.
Good surprise. So you're not puking. We don't have to see your ass.
No. No. I'm trying to find alcohol content on this thing though. Which I can't seem to find anywhere. It's a double, so it has to be
Got to be at least maybe 7.
Well, probably 7 or 8. Usually doubles are 8%. It's weird. You have no alcohol consumption. I mean, no. But Great North Ale Works Double Orbit Hazy Double IPA, very very good. Quite surprised because I thought any beer, even like my favorite beer right now,
probably wouldn't taste
make me sick.
Yeah,
because I didn't even want to look at any beer at all.
I didn't either. And then all of a sudden they started going down real smooth. So I got to save one for trivia.
Yeah, once they start going down smooth, you're in trouble. Yeah. So I like this one a lot. So I'm actually going to give this a 7.9.
Wow.
I'm going to give it right below the 8. Unexpected. I think
you've only had 1 or 2 in the 8s.
Yeah, I try not to give the 8s unless I really, really like it. And this is right on the fringe. This actually might go up with the more sips I take.
So that might be a top 5er.
Yeah. All right.
I tried to look for a fun new seltzer tonight, but like you, I just couldn't do it. So maybe we'll bring that back next week, probably.
Okay. Yeah, you bring the weird stuff. I'll just do the craft beers, I guess.
Sounds good.
Or you can do the craft beers if you want to surprise me.
No.
All right. So let's So we're not going to do Drunken Asshole of the Week this week, even though you kind of gave us a preview.
No, I tried to, but like I said, yeah, I don't like doing the dark ending ones.
Right.
It's tough to dig through all the dark ones too. You know, the way I search from, it's all like DUIs or killed a family of 6 or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dark stories, so I try to stay away from the dark ones.
Yeah, it goes down a slippery slope. We start Googling stuff like that. Like
Oh,
I told you, Googling deaths of the week, it can get quite disturbing sometimes. So we're going to go right into trivia, though.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Stump the shoe. All right, so Stump the Shoe, 6 questions based off of mostly, for this week, what we talked about today. Gets it right, I'll take a sip. Gets it wrong, he'll take a sip. And you were on a roll last week.
Yeah, had a very good showing, so hopefully carry that over this week.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, this was a thrown together one, so let's see what happens.
Good news is I know one of the questions will not be what color underpants are you wearing?
Yeah, nope, that won't be one this year, this week. I already gave that away. So, all right. So, question number 1: what football team does Ryan Reynolds own?
Oh, I know this. His partner is with Rob McElhenney.
Correct. You got that?
Yeah, but it's not like a big team.
Not a big team.
It's like it's a just typical British name like Norwindingham or there's somewhere. There's definitely a ham in it, isn't there?
There is a ham in it.
Yeah, I know.
There's always the hams in it. It's
the rum ham.
It should be the rum ham. Oh my goodness, they should rename it. It's Rex ham.
Rex ham. So I was only 2 letters off.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So they call it Red Dragons.
My deduction skills got me close, but not close enough.
I'll take a sip just because you got the ham part, which is impressive, even though that's probably a given. But and I kind of want to taste the beer again. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I said rum ham. It was Rex ham. 2 letters off. That's pretty damn close.
That's pretty close. Rum ham would be amazing for that. All right. So question number 2. What movie did Bob Jenkins play a radio announcer in which starred Tom Cruise?
Oh, I know this. Yeah. The one where Days of Thunder.
Correct. Good job. I wasn't going to give it a Tom Cruise thing, but like I got to give it.
I would have still got it. Because that's like we already decided that he wasn't in Talladega Nights.
That's
so
true.
that's the second most famous racing movie, I think.
See, there you go. All right. You won for 2.
I don't think I've ever got the trivia question right about the obscure RIP.
Yeah, the RIP. That's a tough one usually to get. I think you got the next one. So question number 3. In the comics, who was Shang-Chi's father?
The Mandarin. No, it wasn't in the comics. It's going to be in the movie.
Yes.
It's like a famous ninja. Like a real person ninja, like Bruce Lee or something. But
that's who he was made
after. Yeah, but his dad, I know his dad was oh shoot. It's a real person, but like I can't remember. Like it's gonna be like Genghis Khan or something.
No, it's Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
so,
I know the movies can do the Mandarin. So
the movie will be the real Mandarin.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Right, the comics, I saw that figure.
Fu Manchu. Yeah. I if a little longer, I might have got there, but
right. Thought through it. All right, take your sip. All right, question number 4. What is the fastest striking venomous snake?
The fastest striking. I want to go with the obvious King Cobra, but I bet it's not right. I bet it's a mamba, the black mamba.
It's the Death Adder.
I wasn't finished deliberating.
You were too far off. I didn't see you going anywhere with that one.
I wouldn't have got that, but
Well, I figured Death Adder. I mean, that makes more sense, even though I don't even know what that snake looks like.
probably, I think the little guys.
They're little guys?
I think so.
Yeah, something where I read like they strike you, venom's in you.
Like you don't even know it.
Yeah, and you're gone. Like it's done. It's instant. There's no like rush to the hospital and
So, what did that had to do with the asshole story I gave you that you said you forgot about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That had to do with this story because I didn't look at it, but I saw a snake in it. You're right. I was like, why did I put something about a snake in it? Yeah, we had a asshole story.
We were toyed with one, yeah. But
and I didn't put it in because I didn't feel like reading the entire story. So yeah. All right. Well, that's why the snake is there.
I'll give people the gist of it. Guy was drunk earlier in the day, got bit by a snake. Found the snake, he bit it back in retaliation, and he died.
well, that's one of those like, what are you thinking? Oh my! Like chop its head off or something. That should be retaliation. Don't bite it.
He didn't even die instantly. Like he went to bed, and his family members were like, "Why don't you go to the hospital?" He's like, "No, I'm fine." Woke up dead in the morning.
Oh my god, these people.
And it was a baby snake too. So he said that baby snake couldn't kill him.
Oh, he figured that one out the wrong way.
Where was
this?
Oh, it was foreign country. It was like India or something.
Okay.
If you survive the bite, you should survive the you biting it, right?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't read it.
Must be just different poison or something.
This could be a way to get into your bloodstream, I guess. I don't know.
Food poisoning?
All right, question number 5. Should we be ready?
Let's do it.
What was Idris Elba's DJ name? Because he was a musician, obviously.
I know this too. Isn't it just DJ Idris?
It's kind of, but no.
DJ Elba?
No.
No.
It's okay. DJ Big Drees.
Big Drees, okay.
Calls out the Big Drees. He was a big boy. I pulled him up and he was a big boy.
Some other fun news today. He got announced he's going to be voicing Knuckles in Sonic 2.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. Did you watch the first Sonic?
I didn't. Didn't seem like my cup of tea, but maybe it is.
No, me either. But all right.
It's cool that they're getting a big guy for the next movie.
Yeah. I heard the first one did pretty well.
He was fantastic in Suicide Squad. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't get to see him yet. All right. Question number 6. In the past month, how many airplane passengers have been duct taped to their seat?
Oh, God. So here's another. I'm going to detour for a second. Everything keeps coming back to the drunken asshole stories. So I was looking up drunken asshole stories, and I found one, and it was an unruly passenger who was wasted at the Fort Myers airport. Now, this past weekend, if my original plans had stayed in place, I would have been flying from the Fort Myers airport. I looked at the time. It said 6:00. That was exactly the time my flight was booked for. It was Delta. It was the same airline my flight was booked for. It didn't say where he was flying to, but it said the time and the place. I mean, the time and the airline, and that's where the time and the airline I was flying. I probably would have been on this damn asshole's flight.
So do they have to?
I think they got him before going on.
Okay. So he didn't get duct taped.
He didn't need to be duct taped, but okay. So it was this year.
This month.
Yeah. Are you giving me a ballpark or?
Well, it's an easy number.
Is it 1?
No,
I don't think it was 1. So I'll guess a number. I'm gonna go with 7.
There's 2.
2. Come on. So I was closer with a 1.
You're closer to 1. That's got to be an awesome feeling as a flight attendant to just duct tape a human being to their seat. You know they have to duct tape their mouth too. I mean,
It's just a case of altitude sickness.
It's great. Altitude sickness. That's great though.
That was another one. I think that your original where your thought was going with that got cut.
Yeah.
Got it left on the cutting room floor.
All right. Well, you did
not that good.
You only got 1.
I did 1. I was like 1.5, but I would say that one I had the potential for like at least a 3 or a 4. So
yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Okay. Not bad.
So let's go on tap for the weekend. We were going to try this in 45 minutes, but I don't think we can ever finish our podcast early.
No.
So let's go on tap for the weekend.
Let's do it.
Oh, this beer is so good.
Okay.
If it's a double IPA, I am screwed. I'm supposed to go right to bed after this guy to work.
Yeah, you might have.
This could be trouble.
Your plans might have changed.
Yeah, this could be bad.
I feel the same way. We started the podcast really on a low note, and I think both of us have made it. This is the first podcast I've laid out the beers, and I've finished them all. So.
Yeah, this is it wasn't how I thought it was going to go, which is a good thing.
Might sleep well.
What do you got going on for this coming weekend?
Not a whole lot, unfortunately. I'll probably watch. We got the debut of AEW Rampage Friday night. I'll watch that. New Japan is their first show back in America in quite a while.
Right. Saturday.
Maybe almost 2 years. Saturday, 11 o'clock at night. Little late for me, but maybe I'm going to try to watch it. And I'm going to get caught up with What If for sure. Other than that, I'm working a ton. It's really my last quiet weekend for quite some time. So I'm probably going to take advantage of that, rest a bit, get my work done. Take it easy.
Take it easy. All right. We'll see what happens.
The following weekend is a huge wrestling weekend.
Yes.
So just be advised, next week's might be a little wrestling heavy.
Yeah. Well, we always go off on a little bit of wrestling tangents. We have to.
I'm going to the show in Chicago next weekend, so we'll be talking about that.
That'll be something to look forward to.
Yeah. After that, we got, our fantasy football draft is coming up. That'll be a big event. Following weekend after that, Bonnaroo. Following weekend after that, we'll see if we're still alive.
Yeah, we definitely have to do a wellness check.
Yeah.
On everybody. So if we miss the week after Bonnaroo,
it'll be episode 32, I think.
Yeah. So if there's no episode 32, that might have been 31. Might have been our last episode.
Yeah. We had a good run.
Good run. Bonnaroo is always on the fence for survival there. So we'll see.
We may just have to dip in and do the following week's show that Tuesday night from Nashville.
We should do our own RIP. Yeah, that's true. We could do the Nashville one. That's right. We're going to Nashville Fair night too. Oh. Yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. So this weekend, yeah. I mean, same as you. I'm going to watch the wrestling, and then we're going to Santa's Village Santa's Village. So a lot of people that aren't from obviously this area, it's basically a theme park. A Christmas theme park.
Where maybe you'll see Mick Foley.
I mean, it's weird, dude. Santa's always there.
Mick Foley's always there.
Yeah, Mick Foley's always there. And
isn't your friend Ryder a guy that visits there?
No, who? Zach Ryder?
Yeah, Cardona.
He'll probably be there next week. Now that we mentioned it, actually, I'll probably see him at the same time. That guy, I'm telling you. So he obviously listens to the show.
You're going on a side note now, huh?
Yeah, I'm going on a side note. So Matt Cardona, Zach Ryder, everything we do, everything we talk about, he does next week. So he went on a pathetic, just useless of a Disney Springs bar crawl, saying that he's doing a full bar crawl. It was pathetic. He went to like 6 bars. Oh, God. No T-shirts. Awful. Awful. So, and what do we do? Like 20 plus?
I'd say 20 plus is conservative.
And we got the souvenir cups. I'm still drinking that. This is the House of Blues souvenir cups.
We did way too many stops that night.
Yeah, way too many. Yeah. And
Not
I always
normal.
he was getting like beers and the plastic cups. He was taking pictures of the coasters because he's a cheap ass that he doesn't even get the cups. He wants to get the coasters. He thinks that's a fun thing to do. So whatever. So I'll probably see him at Santa's Village because he's a podcast theme park guy now, apparently.
Yeah, Foley's always there. So
yeah, big Santa's Village guy.
yeah.
So that's what we're doing. I'll ride
Sounds like
some
fun, yeah.
sleighs and meet some reindeers.
Also, technically, I didn't think of it this way, but it's technically my birthday weekend, I think. So it's going to be.
Oh, that's right. Your birthday weekend. When is your birthday?
uneventful one. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So if anybody would like to send me gifts, they can do that
Okay.
before next week.
Yeah. They don't have that thing on Chili's where you can buy you a beer anymore, do they? Remember Chili's did
Good
that thing like
question.
buy you
Yeah.
a beer?
I do it all the time. Yeah, sure.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, Matt the Drunken Nerds at gmail.com.
All right. Send him a beer at Chili's. He'll drink them all in one night. So let's see if we can get at least 20. We can probably do that. We can probably need 30. So
On a work night. Jeez.
your
Matt the
birthday.
Drunken Nerds at gmail.com.
all right, let's do it. So all right, so follow us at the Drunken Nerds, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And we'll be back next week, probably Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday.
Yeah, even though this didn't go too bad, we
Not
woke
too
back
bad.
up. So next Wednesday, and cheers.
Stay thirsty, nerds.